Hare Krishna. Welcome everyone to the Sunday morning session on Science of Self-Realization. Before we begin our session, let's offer our prayers to Srila Prabhupada and Lord Krishna. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namini Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Shri Shri Radha Vrindavan Chandra ki jai Shri Shri Nitai Gauranga ki jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai Nitai Gaura Premanande. So we'll wish everybody a very, very happy Sankranti, beginning of New Year for all of us. And we'll have a very auspicious beginning this year with our spiritual journey going in great heights. So let us pray to Lord Krishna and Prabhupada and begin our journey, spiritual journey. So today we'll have the session, which is a continuation of the previous week's session on a very important topic regarding what is a guru. So today we're going to discuss some more important aspects and conclude about this most important topic about the guru. Generally, the topic about guru is not very clear to most of the people. So it is important to know about this principle of guru and what does scripture say and who is a real guru, who is the fake guru. All these things we've discussed in the previous session. Today we'll add on to some more aspects of the important topic. What is a guru? So let's straight away begin. So this is the part 2 of the session, what we have discussed last week. So we'll continue. All these sessions we are having by the mercy, grace of Srila Prabhupada, who is our founder Acharya, who is our founder Acharya, and who has given us every instruction about spiritual life, which are so complicated actually, in a very simplistic manner, so that we can understand, appreciate, and follow them in our practical day-to-day lives. So in the previous session, we discussed the following points, just to have a quick recap of what we discussed. We understood that the guru's business is to bring his disciples from darkness of this material world. Because we are right now in a world known as world of darkness, wherein we are not aware of what is the future of our lives, what is going to happen to our destiny. We are all completely dark, completely in ignorance. Right? Darkness also means ignorance, avidya. So the guru's business is to bring us to the light, just like the Vedas say, tamasima jyotirgamaya. So if the guru is doing this particular aspect of bringing the disciple from the darkness to light, he is the real guru. We also discussed on one more important aspect of guru's business is to see that no human being suffers in this material world. We are constantly going through a suffering. Every moment we discussed that we are going through sufferings known as tapatraya. Miseries pertaining to mind and body, they are called adhyatmika klesha. Miseries pertaining to pains inflicted by other living entities, they are called adi bhautika klesha. And there are miseries which are inflicted by supernatural forces. Like now we are going through winter or very scorching summer or heavy rainfalls. Like this, many aspects in the nature which we have to experience. They are called Adi Daivika Klesha. So all of us are under the influence of either one, two, or all three of them all the time. This is our situation. And over and above that, we are going through in a life journey wherein we are experiencing birth, death, disease, old age. These are our actual miseries. So it means all of us are going through what is known as suffering. So the Guru's business is to see that he relieves all the human beings from this suffering. It's a very important business Guru has in that sense. Therefore, the Guru's first business is to rescue his disciples from this ignorance about what is the destination of our lives, this ignorance that we are very happy, we are very enjoying our lives. Actually, it is a big ignorance. So Guru's business is to rescue the disciples from this ignorance. That is the Guru's business. The Guru may be this person or that person, but the message is the same. Therefore, it is said that Guru is one. In fact, we touched upon the point in the previous session that Guru is a principle, right? The person may be different, but the Guru is a principle. That's what we have very nicely understood from Prabhupada's teachings in the previous session. We also discussed that the real Guru or the bona fide Guru will simply present whatever the Supreme God, Supreme Guru, Krishna, says in the bona fide scripture. He will not tell anything which is on his own manufactured or concocted or whimsical ideas. Perhaps it may be, in my opinion, this is not the way a genuine Guru or a real Guru speaks. He'll just present whatever Lord Krishna has spoken, or whatever the scriptures are speaking. And we also understood in this context about the real Guru and a rascal Guru. Real Guru meaning a genuine Guru who is only presenting things as they are. As we just now understood, the business of a real Guru is what? He's going to deliver us from the ignorance. He's going to deliver us from suffering of this material world. Right? He's going to deliver us from the darkness of this material world. Right? He's not speaking anything other than what Krishna wants us to speak. And he wants all of us to become Krishna's servants. That is Guru's real business. Right? Anybody who doesn't do this and who says, I am God, or you can do anything you want, I'll make you God. These are all so-called gurus who are just there to make some business out of this profession of a Guru. But Guru is not a profession, it's a big responsibility, heavy responsibility. Right? We'll get into more details in today's session. So Prabhupada says that before the Guru, we should remain a fool, a great fool. This is one of the important qualifications of a disciple, because all of us are very proud about our learning, about our position, about our opulence, about various aspects in the in the world. We think we are very big, very great. This is our situation right now. But before the Guru, real Guru, bona fide Guru, we're supposed to be a big fool. Why it is so, Prabhupada explains. We must understand that we cannot carry out research to find out the absolute truth. It's a very important point, right? The absolute truth is not subject to our research work. We go on searching out where is God, who is God. It is not within our purview at all. God is called Achintya. Achintya means beyond our conception, beyond our perception. Right? So, absolute truth or Supreme Lord Krishna is not within our research work, just like the scientists or some thinkers or educationists do some research work to find out something. Right? God is not subject to such research work. This we have to understand. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is actually Krishna himself, he very nicely said, my Guru Maharaj, my spiritual master, considered me a great fool. right? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Krishna himself actually, but he took up the role of a humble disciple to teach all of us how even when God comes himself down to enact a Leela pastime, he also accepts a guru. So he says, my Guru Maharaj, my spiritual master, considered me a great fool. This is an important qualification every disciple should have. We are supposed to give up all our so-called prestige, puffed up positions, our ahankaras, and surrender to Guru. This is the instruction which Krishna gives in Bhagavad Gita. He who remains a great fool before his Guru is a Guru himself. A Guru is that personality who is a representative of Krishna. We'll understand in today's session. So we have to remain a great fool before the Guru. Great fool, not simply by words, and genuinely from heart we have to feel this. It's a very important qualification to be qualified as a disciple. So Krishna in Bhagavad Gita says, Evam parampara praptam imam rajashyo viduhu sakale neha mahata yogo nashta parantapa. This supreme science was thus received through the chain of disciplic succession, and the saintly kings understood it in that way. But in course of time, the succession was broken, and therefore the science as it is appears to be lost. So it is a statement in the Bhagavad Gita. Krishna is giving us the hint with regard to how the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita was prevalent in the whole world previously. Krishna gives us the history of Bhagavad Gita. We may think that, oh, Bhagavad Gita was spoken 5,000 years ago to Arjuna on the battlefield. That was the recent speaking of Bhagavad Gita. Krishna gives us a hint that Bhagavad Gita was spoken millions of years ago to Sun God. And Sun God spoke to his son, Manu. And Manu spoke to his son, Ikshvaku. Like this, in the royal order, or in the order of saintly kings, they're called Raja Rishi. In this way, the succession, the whole knowledge was passed down. Which, in fact, the Kshatriyas or the administrators had the responsibility of disseminating this important spiritual understanding to every citizen. That was the way Krishna had organized things. So now, in this verse specifically, what we discussed just now, Krishna says that by the influence of time, it appears that that knowledge which was prevalent in society through the saintly kings being disseminated everywhere appears to be lost. So Arjuna, I am choosing you again to receive this knowledge because you are my disciple and you are my very dear friend. So in this way, basically Krishna is giving us an important understanding here to know that we have to receive knowledge from the parampara. Parampara means a chain of guru-disciple personalities. This we have discussed in the previous session also. So what is the actual position of a bona fide guru? Let's dwell on this particular aspect. Prabhupada very nicely explains this aspect. First and foremost, you have to understand, taking on a guru is not simply a fashion. It's like nowadays people have many fashions with regard to their attire, or they think keeping a pet animal is a fashion. So I also have a guru. That it is not a fashion. One who is serious about understanding spiritual life requires guru. Right? When you know that the purpose of life is not to simply enjoy this material world with our senses, thus entangle ourselves and continue in this darkness of the material world, you are awakened to a certain stage that I don't want to be in this material world, to go on going through repeated birth and death, to go through all the sufferings. I want to come out of this material world. It's called seriousness. So one who is serious about understanding spiritual life, that I am spirit, soul, I am not this body, I have eternal spiritual existence, I have to return to eternal spiritual existence, it is called spiritual life. Such a person requires a guru. A guru is a question of necessity. We have discussed about this in the previous session also. Tasmad Gurum Prapadyeta, Prabhupada quoted a statement from the Vedic scriptures that a guru is a question of necessity, for one must be very serious to understand spiritual life. Unless one is serious to understand spiritual life, then you will not have any need for a guru. You simply are busy in your own material life of eating, drinking, enjoying life like any other person in the material world. Then what is the need? Life will go on. Again, you'll get one more life. What life you'll get, we don't know. Like this, life after life, we have been going on in different life forms and going on in this material world, going through cycle of birth and death. So when you become serious to understand spiritual life, what is God, what is proper action, and our relationship with God, then there is necessity of a spiritual master or a guru. Right? This is the point. When we are very serious about understanding these subjects, about who am I, who is God, what type of actions I should do in this material world, because my actions are right now not proper. I am getting entangled in these actions, through these actions. So I have to perform actions in a way that I don't get entangled. So like this, these serious thinking about the purpose of life and the goal of life is what makes us to approach a guru. We shouldn't go to a guru simply because a guru may be fashionable at the moment. So maybe somebody may be, dressing with so many very wonderful way, attracting people. So, it's very fashionable guru. Let me go and become his disciple. No, that is not the way. Rather, we should understand that this approaching a guru is a very serious matter. Approaching a guru is not a fashion, it is a serious aspect of surrendering to the guru. Surrender must be there. For without surrender, we cannot learn anything. Once you accept somebody as guru, then we have to see that we completely surrender. Surrender means I'll follow whatever the guru is going to tell me. I will not challenge him. That is the mood. That is called surrender. Because if you go on challenging, what you will learn? You have to be submissive. If you go to a guru simply to challenge him, we will learn nothing. Even in ordinary school or college learnings, if you go on challenging the teacher or the professors there, what you will learn? You will not learn anything. Right? You have to be understanding that you have to be submissive to the teacher. So similarly, in the realm of spiritual understanding, it is even more serious, because the spiritual master or the guru is in a very elevated, exalted position. So challenging him is like a big offense. It's called Gurur Avagnya. It is offense to spiritual master. Then all our learning will be of nothing, or rather will not learn anything. That's why Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita very nicely mentions, rather Arjuna accepted Krishna himself as guru in this way. Very nice example. How Arjuna accepted Krishna as his spiritual master. Karpanya dosho bhata svabhava prichhami tvam dharma sammudha cheta yat shreyasyan nishtitam bruhitanme shishyasteham shadimam tvam prapannam. So it means, now I am confused about my duty and have lost all composure because of miserly weakness. In this condition, I am asking you to tell me for certain what is best for me. Now I am your disciple and a soul surrendered unto you. Please instruct me. It's a very wonderful example of Arjuna. What should be the mood of a disciple to approach a guru, a spiritual master? Actually, this is from the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the verse spoken by Arjuna. It is after Arjuna has given enough reasoning, enough logic from whatever he could understand, and quoting many scriptures that, I should do this, I should not do this, I should not fight. Reasoning why you should not fight. He has given many reasons in chapter 1 of Bhagavad Gita. Finally, he understood all his reasoning, all his various logic was of no use. Then he surrendered to Krishna, telling that, now I am completely confused, Krishna. I don't know what is the right thing, what is the wrong thing. I'm totally puzzled. I'm in total perplexity. Please give me proper direction. So this is the way one should understand that in our material life, which is full of perplexity, full of confusions, full of so many doubts, it's a puzzling situation. We don't know what is correct, what is wrong. The Guru is that personality who will give us the right direction, because we are in complete darkness. A Guru is supposed to give us directions, give us, the torchlight of knowledge to show us the right path. So Arjuna was in that situation of complete forgetfulness and complete confusion. That's why it is mentioned, Karpanya dosha, miserly weakness has overcome my intelligence, Krishna. So I am surrendering to you, please instruct me in the proper way. This is a process for accepting a Guru. Very nicely, Arjuna's example, such a wonderful example for us to understand how to accept a Guru, right? The mood in which we have to accept a Guru. The Guru is Krishna's representative, the former Acharya's representative. So one more important principle to understand, that Guru is not an ordinary person. He may have a body like you and me, but his realization, his understanding, and his proximity to God is in such an exalted position that he is known as Krishna's representative. Okay, and is also representative of his Guru, because his Guru has authorized him to become Guru. It's a very important aspect, which means Guru is the recipient of Krishna's mercy. That's the point. Krishna says that all acharyas are his representatives. Therefore, the Guru should be offered the same respect one would offer to God. So why we should offer respect to Guru or spiritual master at the same level as Krishna? Why? Because Krishna himself, he recommends this. Acharyopasanam, in Bhagavad Gita it is mentioned. Right? We have to worship the Guru as good as Krishna, because he is representing Krishna and he is delivering Krishna to his disciples. There's a nice statement by one of our acharyas, gurus. His name is Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. One of the prayers we sing every day morning to the Guru is like this: Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasada. By the mercy of the spiritual master, one receives the benediction of Krishna. Which means, if you have the mercy of Guru, then mercy of Krishna is possible. Otherwise, just only directly approach Krishna, Krishna will not accept your service or devotion. We have to go through Krishna's representative. That is the way Krishna wants us. Right? So, only way to approach Krishna is to go through his pure devotees. And Guru is that personality, or is a transparent via medium to connect us to Krishna. It is the way. So if Guru is pleased, or Guru gives his mercy, spiritual master gives his mercy, then only we can get the mercy of Krishna. It's a very important principle. Thus, if we surrender to the bona fide Guru, we surrender to God. God accepts our surrender to the Guru. So right now, we don't have access to Krishna. What we have access is to a bona fide Guru, Srila Prabhupada. We just surrender to Prabhupada. Surrender to Prabhupada means whatever Prabhupada is telling us, we'll try to follow. Then it is as good as surrendering to God. So like this surrender to Guru or bona fide or spiritual master is accepted by Krishna as surrender to himself. It's a very important principle. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna mentions like this about surrender. Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo moksha ishyami ma suchaha. He says, abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. This is the last instruction of Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita, that we have to give up everything and just surrender to Krishna. So somebody may question or argue, where is Krishna? I shall surrender to him. Somebody may ask. Because, right now he's not available to go and surrender. But the process is that we will not get Krishna like that. We first have to surrender to Krishna's representative. Then we surrender to Krishna. That is the point. That is the whole principle, right? So Krishna's representative is available. Srila Prabhupada is available through his books, through his words, through his institution, through his various other disciples. So we have to approach them. Then we get Krishna, or we surrender to Krishna. That's the point. Therefore, it is said, Sakshat Dharitvena Samasta Shastrai. The Guru is as good as God. Right? So, it's a very important principle you have to understand. The spiritual master, not anybody and everybody, a bona fide spiritual master, a real spiritual master who can deliver us from the ocean of this darkness, from this nescience or ignorance, who can relieve us from all the sufferings of this material world, who can give us instructions for our going back to spiritual world. This is called a bona fide guru, and such a bona fide guru is as good as God. When we offer respects to the guru, we are offering respects to God. Right? So any respect we offer to Prabhupada, actually we are offering respect to God. So it is going through Prabhupada to Krishna. Because we are trying to be God conscious, it is required that we learn how to offer respect to God through God's representative. It's a very nice principle Prabhupada is saying. When Prabhupada gives one more example in one of his lectures, he says, just like a government tax collector. When the tax collector visits your place, your office or your home, you give the same respect as the government. Why? Because he is government's representative. On behalf of the government, he is collecting tax. Similarly, the bona fide guru, spiritual master, Prabhupada, he accepts the obeisances or the respects what the disciples give, and he passes on to Krishna. Because right now, in our case, we don't have any access to Krishna. Krishna is all pure, all powerful. He's in supreme abode. Golok Vrindavan, he's not accessible to us. Right? Whereas Prabhupada is accessible to us through his institution, through his books, through his various disciples. So we have to approach Prabhupada in this way. And when you approach Prabhupada in this way, Prabhupada will be accepting our seva. And whatever Prabhupada says, we follow. That is what is essential for our spiritual life, progress in spiritual life. In all the Shastras, in all the Shastras, the Guru is described to be as good as God. But the Guru never says, I am God. The Guru should be worshipped as God, accepted as God, as good as God. But the Guru never thinks, I am God. He's only accepting the worship and the various respect which the disciples are giving and passing it on to Krishna. Right? That is the point. But the Guru never thinks, my disciples are offering me the same respect they offer to God, therefore I have become God. We discussed about so-called gurus or rascal gurus, fake gurus. They all think themselves to be God. They are misinterpreting this whole injunction of the Vedic literatures. A real guru never thinks that I have become God. Rather, he always thinks, in fact, he always, in the heart of heart, he feels, I'm servant of God. I'm just accepting this respect and passing on to God. Right? So he's never puffed up, or he's never in a situation of pride that everybody is giving me respect. Oh, I'm enjoying this. No, not like that. As soon as he thinks like this, he becomes a dog instead of God. Right? This is what the material world is. Everybody is hankering for respect. Whereas a guru is not like that. Guru is actually receiving the respect on Krishna's behalf and passing on to Krishna. He never becomes proud of all these things. Therefore, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, our Acharya, says, Kinto Prabhorya Priya Eva Tasya. What does it mean? It means because he is the most confidential servitor of God, the Guru is offered the same respect that we offer God. So why do we offer? Because respect to Guru, as good as God, because he is representative of God and is come to deliver us to God or Krishna. In that way, because he's the most confidential servitor of God. One more important point we have to understand. The Guru is offered the same respect that we offer God. God is always God, Guru is always Guru. This also you have to understand this proper distinction. God will keep his position as God, Krishna's position is always as Krishna, Guru's position is always as Guru. As a matter of etiquette, God is the worshipable God and Guru is the worshipper God. Sevaka Bhagavan. God is Sevya Bhagavan. Very nice understanding. Huh? God is Sevya Bhagavan, Guru is Sevaka Bhagavan. This is the way in the spiritual life we have to understand things. Therefore, the Guru is addressed as Prabhupada. Right? How we got this, this particular name, Prabhupada. Prabhupada's full name is A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada. What does Prabhupada mean? Prabhupada is a title. It basically means, the word Prabhu means Lord. And Pada means position. Thus, Prabhupada means he who has taken the position of the Lord. Which means Sakshat Dharitvena Samasta Shastra. All the scriptures proclaim that Guru is as good as God. He's taken the position of God. He's Sevaka Bhagavan. One who has taken the position of Lord. That's why he's known as Prabhupada. Only exalted, pure devotees will be given these titles. This is the same as Sakshat Dharitvena Samasta Shastra. So, now Prabhupada is going to explain to us the method of seeking out and approaching the Guru. What is the right method? Only if we are serious about understanding the signs of God is a Guru required. This we have already discussed earlier also, that we have to be very serious about seeking out the importance of about our spiritual understanding, spiritual life, and moving forward in our life with regard to the goal of life. Only then the signs, when you want to know the signs of God, then there is a necessity of Guru, or need of a Guru. We should not try to keep a Guru as a matter of fashion. In fact, Prabhupada is repeating all these things again for us to impress upon and again make it very clear for us. A Guru is not simply a matter of fashion. One who has accepted a Guru speaks intelligently. He never speaks nonsense. Generally, you see people, their mind is so whimsical. They want to do this, they want to see this, they want to eat this. Mind is going crazy. Whereas a person who has accepted Guru means his senses are controlled. His speech is controlled. And he speaks whatever he has heard from his spiritual master. That's why he speaks intelligently. He never speaks nonsense. It's one of the symptoms of one who has accepted a Guru. That is a sign of having accepted a bona fide Guru. Right? Very nice understanding. We should certainly offer all respect to the spiritual master, but we should also remember how to carry out his orders. One is to offer respects, but one more important aspect is that we also follow whatever Guru is telling, whatever spiritual master is ordering. We should try our best to follow what the orders given by Guru. That should be our life and soul. Our life's ambition should be how to fulfill the orders of my spiritual master. That's why Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, he explains us the method of seeking out and approaching Guru. A very nice method he explains to us. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattva darshinaha. He says, just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master, inquire from him submissively, and render service unto him. The self-realized souls can impart knowledge unto you because they have seen the truth. So very nicely Krishna says, there are three aspects. First thing is, tadvidhi pranipatena. Pranipatena means you have to be surrendering or submissive. Then pariprashnena. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena. Pariprashnena means you have to inquire from spiritual master in a very submissive manner. Then sevaya. Sevaya means you have to render service. Service means following orders and executing the orders. This is the point. One is surrender. Next is, submissiveness. Submissively ask questions. And then third is to render service to him. Right? The self-realized soul, the spiritual master, bona fide spiritual master, can give you knowledge. Why? Because they have seen the truth. So the first process is that of surrender, which means submissiveness. As we discussed in the beginning of the session, you have to be a fool and completely understand that I am completely zero in my understanding of what is the purpose of life. I don't know anything. I have to fully surrender to the spiritual master. It's like Arjuna surrendered to Krishna. We have to find an exalted person and willingly surrender before him. It's a very important principle, right? We have to find out a bona fide guru and willingly surrender, because it is a necessity, it's required. Otherwise, if you don't surrender, then your life is wasted. You'll be you're doing so many things without proper direction. When you have a proper bona fide guru, Prabhupada, then your life will be done. You'll know what is the purpose of life, what I should be doing in my life. And also, the Shastras enjoin that before we take a guru, we study him carefully to find out whether we can surrender to him. It's a very important principle. Right? Before we accept anybody as a spiritual master, a guru, it is disciples' duty to verify or rather carefully study the guru, whether I can surrender to this guru or not. And similarly, it is mentioned that we should not accept a guru suddenly out of fanaticism. That is very dangerous. That guru is very fashionable, that guru speaks this way, that way. No. You have to understand the purpose, as we discussed in our previous session, that guru's business is to deliver you from this darkness. Guru's business is to deliver you from the suffering. And guru is only speaking about what is spoken by Lord Krishna and what is mentioned in the scriptures, right? So you have to see whether all these criteria are fulfilled. Guru never says, I am God. Simply, somebody is dressed like a guru, or out of fanaticism, you want to accept somebody as a guru. That is very dangerous for you. The guru should also study the person who wants to become a disciple to see if he is fit. So this is the way Prabhupada has introduced these systems in our organization, the worldwide Hare Krishna movement is gone. That anybody aspiring to become Prabhupada's disciple, they are going through some proper training. They're exposed to many aspects of spiritual life, spiritual understanding, so that they understand things in a proper way and then take a very deliberated decision. That's the point. So both from the guru side as well as disciple side, both have to take a very serious call with regard to moving forward in the serious journey of spiritual life. That is the way a relationship is established between the guru and disciple. Somebody may ask, how can you select a guru? How he became a disciple? No, this is all, first of all, when you are serious to find a guru or to get a guru, then Paramatma in your heart will take you through to a very genuine guru. In fact, we're going to discuss on this point in our next sessions. How you can find out a genuine guru. When you're really sincere, serious about spiritual life, then Krishna as Paramatma will direct you to a very bona fide guru, a genuine guru. If you're not sincere, you'll get some fake guru or a so-called guru. That's the point. Everything is provided, but we must take up the process seriously. So Prabhupada is very nicely explaining. All things are there in the scriptures. All things are there in the directions given in the standard books of wisdom. We have to take them, we have to follow them, and see that we go through the process in a very serious manner. Then we can be trained to become a bona fide disciple. Just like there's a bona fide spiritual master, we should become a bona fide disciple also. Not simply so-called disciple or for the namesake disciple. No. To become a bona fide disciple, very important. First, we must find a bona fide guru, establish a relationship with him, and act accordingly. The first thing. First is to find out a bona fide guru. Bona fide means a genuine guru. All the qualifications what we've been discussing, right? So a bona fide guru, you find out, then you surrender to him, you offer service to him by following his instructions, and slowly, in this way, this relationship is established. The guru-disciple relationship is an ongoing relationship. The more you surrender to guru by following his instructions, the more reciprocation comes. Then our life will be successful. For the guru can enlighten the sincere disciple who is in darkness. In fact, Prabhupada gave his personal example. When he was in America, when he went to America only because his guru has ordered him. The very first meeting Prabhupada met his spiritual master, Guru Maharaj. He ordered Prabhupada that he should go to the Western world and preach this message of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this order Prabhupada had kept in his heart when he was, when he met, Prabhupada met his spiritual master when he was very young, youth, around 25, 26 years old. So from that time up to the age of 69 years, Prabhupada had kept this order in his heart, and he was trying how to execute this order. Right? So, and Prabhupada always said, my Guru Maharaj is always directing me. My spiritual master is always directing me. That is the way a guru-disciple relationship happens. A disciple can always feel practically that a bona fide guru whom he has accepted is always guiding him throughout his life. Right? A guru is not simply a matter of formality or a fashion. It's actually a principle acting within us. Prabhupada is always guiding you if you accept him as a bona fide guru, provided you are sincerely wanting his direction. So our life actually, without following all these aspects of various aspects of spiritual life, is a life of defeat. Without proper understanding, without proper goal in life, is a defeated life. Prabhupada says, everyone is born a rascal and a fool. Right? All of us are born ignorant. If we were born learned, why do we need to go to school? All of us are very big scholars. We are born. Then when we are born, then why we go to school and colleges? Because we are all born ignorant. If we do not cultivate knowledge, we are no better than animals. Right? So what is the knowledge? Not that going to school and college and getting the knowledge. It is one level of material understanding about different aspects. But real knowledge is about who you are. What is the relationship with God? What is the right thing to do? What is not to be done? These are the things which you're supposed to know. It's called cultivation of knowledge. An animal may say that there is no need of books and that he has become a guru. Many times we see in the modern days, many so-called gurus, they say that, I have not read Bhagavad Gita, I don't know anything, but I am a guru. All these things we are seeing in the present day context. Right? I have self-manufactured guru, self-proclaimed guru. I can speak many things. I can say so many things. So like this, we see people advertising themselves. But how can anyone obtain knowledge without the study of authoritative books on science and philosophy? Right? Unless you are acquainted with the proper understanding of the standard books of knowledge, which is actually Bhagavad Gita, is a big science, which Krishna is explaining in the about the soul and about himself, about this world, without understanding that, how will you understand anything about life? Rascal gurus try to avoid these things. Rascal guru means a person who doesn't want to follow what Krishna is telling, just want to manufacture his own ways, concocted ways of understanding life. We must understand that we are all born rascals and fools, and that we have to be enlightened. Right? We don't know. We only know how the society is going on, how the world is going on with regard to making a living. But we don't know what is the purpose of life. Everybody thinks we have to eat, drink, be merry, or just eating, sleeping, mating, defending. That is not purpose of life. It is just a necessity of life, but it is not the actual real purpose of life. Everybody, even animals, are doing that. So we have to be properly enlightened. We have to receive knowledge to make our lives perfect. What knowledge? The spiritual knowledge. If we do not perfect our lives, then we are defeated. If we don't endeavor in this direction of spiritual perfection, then we are defeated. So what is a defeat? Defeat means not that, oh, I have lost my profession, I have lost my business. No, it is not called defeat. Defeat means the purpose of human life is defeated, which means again you are going through the struggle for existence of repeated birth, death, old age, disease. Again, you'll get one more body. It's called struggle for existence. The human life was given for you to come out of this struggle for existence. We are trying to obtain a better life, to attain a better position, superior position. For this, we are struggling very hard. If you see anybody in big cities and even any part of the world, all are working very hard. I want to get a better position, better wages, better salary, better money, better situation. Everybody is working hard, right? Struggling very hard. But we do not know what a superior position actually is. We're simply running around here and there. But what is superior position? Krishna mentions. Prabhupada explains in Bhagavad Gita. Very nicely, Prabhupada further explains about this point, how any position in the material world is a farce. We are all running here and there. Oh, this is good, that is good, let us do this, let us do this, let us get more money, let us enjoy life. We are all running around here and there. Whatever position we have in this material world must be given up one day. This is a reality of life. Right? We may be in a very big position, or we may be a very big minister, or we may be a very big professional. Whatever position you have to give up this one fine day. We may have a good position or a bad position. In any case, we cannot remain here. This is the reality. As sure as death, one day death will take away all your positions, name, fame, power, money, everything. We may earn millions of dollars and think, now I am in a good position. But a little dysentery or cholera will finish our position. Right? It will, our health goes for a sixer, then all these things, oh, I'm earning so much money, all that will not at all be counted. Everything will not help you in any way. All your good positions will not help you. If the bank fails, our position is gone. Right? So many factors are there in the material world, which if anything goes haywire, then your whole position is destabilized. So actually, there is no good position in this material world. It is only a farce. We are thinking everything is going well, but anytime anything can happen. There is no good position in the material world at all. It is only a farce. So those who try to attain a better position in the material world are ultimately defeated. You may think, oh, I got a better position now in my company, I'm promoted, or I'm a big businessman, I've improved my business, I've increased my business to all over the world. So many things you may think. But ultimately, these positions and these things will not save you at the time of your death. Because when death comes, you have to give up everything. It is called ultimate defeat in your life. Because there is no better position in the material world other than you understanding that I am spirit soul, I am part and parcel of Krishna, I have to go back to spiritual world. So, most important aspect, we are coming to the conclusion of our session today. Guru qualifies us for the perfect position. Why we are supposed to accept a guru, or what is the need of a guru, what is a guru. This is the very important aspect. We'll conclude in today's session with regard to what is the role of a guru. He's going to give you the perfect position in your life. That is the position of immortality. The Bhagavad Gita very clearly says, what is the better position? Manchoyo vyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samatityaitan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. Krishna says, one who engages in full devotional service, unfailing in all circumstances, at once transcends the modes of material nature and thus comes to the level of Brahman. Brahman means Lord Krishna. So when you engage in full devotional service, means always engaging in devotional service, whatever spiritual master is ordering us, Prabhupada is ordering us, any circumstance, I will do my devotional service. I will perform a devotional service. Then you can come to a better position. That's what Krishna explains in the Bhagavad Gita. The better position is coming to the position of transcendence, or coming to the position of spiritual life. Is there any science that gives us a knowledge by which we may become immortal? The challenge Prabhupada is throwing. Is there any science which will make you immortal? There is no science. Science has not discovered any medicine, or there is no method wherein you can become immortal. You will not die. Yes, we may become immortal, but not in the material sense. There is a science, but not any material, science. But a spiritual understanding is there. We cannot receive this knowledge in so-called universities. Prabhupada very clearly explains that no university, no college, no school is imparting this education. Only Krishna consciousness movement, ISKCON, Hare Krishna movement is giving this knowledge through the Acharya Prabhupada. However, there is knowledge contained in the Vedic scriptures by which we may become immortal. And Prabhupada is giving us same knowledge in a very simplified manner, the way now we are understanding about the principle of Guru. What is a Guru? Why Guru is required in our life? What is the role of the Guru? What is the important responsibility Guru takes up? All this we are understanding in such a simple manner. Right? So all this is there in the scriptures. This knowledge is there in the scriptures, by which we can become immortal. And this knowledge is given by the Guru, the bona fide Guru, the spiritual master. That immortality is our better position. What is immortal position? That we should not come back again to this material world. That's what Krishna mentions in Bhagavad Gita. Tyaktva deham punarjanmaneti. Once you have perfected your life in spiritual understanding, spiritual way of life, then you will not come back to this material world. You will come to me, Krishna says. Lord Krishna says. That's the point. So, which means no more birth, no more death, no more old age, no more disease. This is the point. So we have to come to this position of immortality. Thus, the Guru takes on a very great responsibility. The Guru has a very, very important responsibility to make us immortal. Mrityoma amrutam gamaya. Amrutam gamaya, this aspect of amrutam gamaya, Guru is going to give. He must guide his disciple and enable him to become an eligible candidate for the perfect position known as immortality. That is the Guru's responsibility. The Guru must be competent to lead his disciple back home, back to Godhead. This is the whole purpose. Guru gives us a better position with regard to the purpose of human life being achieved. Otherwise, any other thing you do in the material world is going to entangle you and continue to be struggling in this material world through repeated birth, death, old age, disease, taking on different bodies. There's no point, there's no use. So, a bona fide spiritual master, Prabhupada, will give us directions and give us all the important instructions, what is required to qualify us to take us back home, back to God. That is going back to spiritual world, life of immortality. The Guru must be competent to do this. Only then should be accepted as Guru. Otherwise, simply anybody and everybody we cannot accept as Guru. So with this, we conclude today's session. Very important topic on what is a Guru. We'll be coming up with more such topics on Guru in the coming weeks. So we want you to attend all these sessions to understand this principle of Guru, what Prabhupada is so nicely and wonderfully explaining to us. So any questions anybody is having, you can write in the comment section. We will answer them appropriately. Thank you everybody for participating in this Sunday session. Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada.